winner of tomorrow's big historical election in Jamaica. Those who are predicting, they are plentiful. Those who are wishing, they are plentiful. The concerned parties, they have expended a lot of energy, lot of cash, lot of everything to win the election. One party will win, whether by margin or by landslide. One party will win. Why do they want to win the election? Well, again, you will have many, many reasons given as to why they want to win the election. Some will say they are in it to gain power. Yes, and it's good to have power. Make no mistake about that. Those who claim to be powerful, they can sway this, sway that, manipulate this, manipulate that. They can bring about great changes. They can help people. They can help themselves. But the power is good. Some will say they have hidden agendas, whatever that may be, but they are in it to win. Who will win the election tomorrow? Who will draw out the votes from individuals in villages, in towns, in different organizations? Who will manage to get a majority? Well, the pundits are there. The pollsters are there. Someone will win. Well, I can't tell you exactly who will win, but I have a message for the winner. Yes, I have a message for the winner. There is an underlying current where each individual, every candidate, they are suggesting that they want a better Jamaica for the poor, a better Jamaica for the middle class, a better Jamaica for the rich, a better Jamaica for those who are languishing in despair at the moment, a better Jamaica for those who can claim sizable portion of Jamaica at the moment. They want development. How are we going to get that development? Well, let me tell you something. This is a message for the winner. Jamaica needs something in a big way. And the great thing that Jamaica needs, according to my observation, is a change mindset for the majority of Jamaica's citizens. Some are hoping that government will do this, government will do the other. Yes, government will have a responsibility to do something to help create the atmosphere for individuals to develop. But as far as I can see, one of the great hindrances to prosperity, to development, to fulfillment in Jamaica is that our mindset is not quite what it ought to be. There are few things that I can see that's holding back just about everybody. Great institutions, let me name them for you. one of the foremost of hindrances in Jamaica is that there is too much envy. That is not original with me. Years ago, my late brother Martin E.D. Henry gave me a book. The book is called Envy. It was not written by a Jamaican. Envy. I have one copy, so don't come around and borrow it. In that book, it was not written by a Jamaican, but in that book, it will tell you that Jamaica is foremost in envious existence. And the man worked through some past, present, and what is likely to take in the future to show how envious a people we are, from the farmers to the educators to the politicians to the people in religion. And because there is that envy, some people bring it down. They have a story about the crabs. I don't know. I got near to seeing it one time. I heard the scraping in the barrel, and the man say, come look at what's going on. All you have to do, put the crabs in that barrel together, and they will never escape. It's not because they could not climb out, but they make sure that that fellow over there will not climb out, that one over there will not climb out. And if he's getting somewhere, somebody's coming up fast behind him to pull him down. We have seen much of that in the political running and the present election climate, where they're pulling down one another. I look with my eyes, and I have seen politicians who have done fairly well. And there's that pulling down, there's that pulling down, there's that tearing down. She has not done this, has not done the other. Envy. We do not like to see each other prosper. And then we come, and that is springing out of the envy, unequal distribution. Now, in my teaching world, especially when I come to teach ethics, and we look at the issue as to whether we're all equal, etc., etc. No, I do not have a lot of time to flesh out all of this, but let me tell you the long and short of my opinion, for whatever its value, but match it with some others. You have some people, they'll get out there and they will say, we're all equal. I do not share that idea. Even at the foot of the cross, as some people would say, we're not all equal. We're not all equal. Hell, if you're equal, why come to me for bread? Why seek bread from me? Why seek a day work from me? We're equal. You give me a day's work, I give you a day's work, we're equal. I can find some money, you can find some money, we're all equal. And when you look at the long and short of it, we're not all equal. So I'm not about to say now, well, each individual must have a car, each individual must have 10 million and what have you. No, but the distribution of the wealth of Jamaica, and Jamaica is a wealthy country for those who will choose to believe and those who will not choose to believe. Jamaica is a wealthy country, but the distribution of that wealth has never been fairly done in church. Come on now. In the educational system, I am not saying that there are not people who have tried to help people around them, but overall, the church, the educational system, the political arena. Should I tell you one of my past experiences? At a nice little church up in a mountain district, I will not name the mountain district, where the people would gather to worship. The biggest problem I had in that church was that the leader, the local leader, was a partisan man. He supported one of the parties in Jamaica. The treasurer supported the other party. And believe you me, those two people had divided the church right down the middle. And as one man would say to me, Pastor, that leader, influential in the community, but even when that leader's got some work to be done, none of us on the other side would experience a day's work. They were wrecking the church. And this one supporting that party, he would not distribute to the other sector supporting the other side, the other party. And it worked both ways. Unequal distribution. They lift their party to a state where whoever is not of that party is just about non-existent, are objects to be used, even to be taken out of existence so that their party could thrive. And so we distribute unequally. We give position to favorites, people who can't even manage the task. People are not up to what is going. If you have not seen that unequal distribution, I see it daily. I see it daily. Yes, unequal distribution. And again, that is bringing out a third idea. Get the right people in the right position. I'm going to give you a Bible story. When Pharaoh experienced something as an Old Testament, the Pentateuch, he discovered that Joseph had talent. Joseph was of another tribe, another nation, another state. There was no Israel nation at that time. But Joseph was not one of their own. As a matter of fact, Joseph was a prisoner. But the Pharaoh discovered that Joseph had excellent talent. Joseph was gifted. And he said, boy, come. Man, they could Joseph could clean up, fix up, took off his prison garb, took him into the Pharaoh. The Pharaoh said, "Come, boy, come be my advisor. Now, I want you to notice something. This is what I'm working on. Jamaica badly need the change mindset. The Joseph was able to help not only to store food, but to change the mindset and to change the structure of political development. For as far as I know, as far as I've experienced in my world of scholarship, Joseph was the first to bring about that government land acquisition situation where the Pharaoh would now own just about all the land around, and the people would be paying a certain tax. Change mindset, change structure, change way of life, and not only that Egypt was able to survive the great famine, but the nations around had plenty to eat and to survive, leaning on Egypt. Egypt drawing from Joseph. Joseph linked to the omnipotent. Joseph with an understanding of what was to be done in that given age. We have certain things about us that need to be looked at. Let me start with this one. Loud mouth is not always a sign of intelligence. As a matter of fact, in my psychological approach to life, loud mouth is quite often a cover up for inefficiencies. But in Jamaica, we seem to have that leaning towards loud mouth, flash foot, jump. In some quarters, what they call it, charismatic person. Well, in one situation, I told some of those around me, I don't want to be charismatic according to your definition of being charismatic. Get out there and they run from corner to corner. In church, in the educational system, in the political world, in the local district, the person who can chat, 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 chat. And quite often they're chatting you out of what belongs to you so that you hear the words and you're emotionally fired up and you don't see that your wealth is taken away from you, or that which is rightly yours is not given to you. It's time we wake up. Loud mouth is not a sign of being efficient. Loud mouth is not necessarily saying, I'll get you where you want to go. And those that will quietly be giving you money sometimes. Yes, we all want some more money. Even the rich, they want more money. The poor need much more money. But do not allow your need to get money and to get material things allow you to sell yourself and your wealth. For quite often, the 1 million, the 2 million, they are giving. It's not a gift. It's your price they are paying. And when you're bought, you must say, you must do what they want. We need to change all of that. And then we need to begin to understand that there is a great class distinction. Because I've moved from one place to the other. Some place you go and you have big race prejudice. You still have some little race prejudice in Jamaica. Plenty of it too. But we do not suffer so much from race prejudice. But I'm telling you something. We're suffering from class distinction. You walk into a little place, and because that person have to serve you, that person begin to be your big boss. There are some people in the greeting because their psychological being is speaking for them. They say, no, my boss, my general, and so on. The class distinction is one of the deadliest weapons in Jamaica. It's not only killing those who are to be served, but those who would have organization. I've gone to different places, and out of my observation, I'm saying, oh, how is it? Why is it that man has got that person to be receptionist? Attitude, facial expression. Much of that need to be changed. We talk about developing Jamaica. If we're going to develop, these are the things we need to look at. Yes, it's good to have nice big highway. That's helping a great way. We need to have that little highway. There was a time when I had a great lecture, great speech, clear the King's Highway. Clear the King's Highway. And the great highway into the human existence is through the mind. And when you get through the mind, then you begin to develop child of the King. The highway into your mental existence is all important. Yes, we need the new government, whether it's a recall of those who have been there before, or whether it's taking in those who were not there before. We need to sit down. We need to get in some Joseph. Look for the Josephs around. They still exist. Many of them, envy caused them to be in the scrap heap. They're parked. Yes. And we need to subdue and remove the quantity of lies. Mm-hmm. Who said now? Who is it? Aristotle. Say lying reduce the subject of the lie to disrespectful nonentities. I've gone around, I've seen people in high places. They don't have to lie to you, but it has been a sort of ingrained, inbuilt part of their existence, and they quickly tell you a lie. Lies reduce the liar, and quite often lie brings in deception. I'm just launching a book on deception. You can check with me in some other quarters. It's excellent. It will be on the market as of about next 2 weeks. Deception. Deception. Leaders of the future work on the deception quality. When you see a member of your party, when you see a fellow member, a fellow this, a fellow the other, deceiving the people, quickly denounce, quickly refute, quickly correct the deception. It is the greatest tool for destruction. Some people think they can advance their status, advance their organization, advance their party, advance Jamaica, advance the world on deception. Deception at all times. Even if you deceive and you something begin to come into your bank account, eventually it's going to destroy you, and it's destroying many others around you. So we have to look at that deception in Jamaica. Look at who deceiving who. Look at why they are deceiving them. Look at why they are being deceived. And from the different sectors, try to eliminate deception. We will not eliminate all the deception, but we can minimize the deception. And what we do, each of us, make sure we're not trying to thrive on deception. I've experienced some of the deception. You have. Every single one of us. We've experienced some measure of the deception. Get out there, they're going to deceive you to buy this, to take that. I just looked at an advert earlier today, and the person advertising begin to tell you that they are not deceiving you. And from the time you hear the deceiving, or it says scamming, they're scamming you, your antennas prick up, and you begin to want to understand what's going on. But when you follow through, and you go through, and you're alert to the psychological existence of human beings, you say, no, listen, no. You're not deceiving me. What's that? Why did you say that? Is it to help me assess the situation properly? Or you're deceiving me to think that you're not deceiving me? The deceptive elements, plentiful in Jamaica. Leaders, those who will take the reign of guiding the country into future development. Look at these areas. Look at these little aspects. Look at the things that's destroying Jamaica. Help to change the mindset. This must be done in the homes. This must be done in the schools. This must be done in the churches. This must be done in the political gatherings. When you sit with other people, it's not to make them think that so and so has been done, will be done. It is to help them to do what is to be done. Remove the deceptive element from society, and we all will begin to experience prosperity. Prosperity of quality that has never been dreamt of in Jamaica. Yes, we need the roads. Yes, we need the school structures. We need the hospitals. We're going to have nice big hospital, and somebody is there deceiving me to make me think that they are doing their very best to help me to get better, when they're talking about how much they can get out of the system. Let's get in some Joseph. Let the Joseph draw from the great sources and help to steer the nation to victory. And like Egypt of old, inside and outside, people will find satisfaction and fulfillment. government leaders, one of your great duties is to help create the atmosphere for change mindset. We all need to work together. And with that change mindset, things will be better. I wish for you all election victory. I don't know candidates. I've observed one or two around. I have my doubts in some areas. I have my great satisfaction in some areas. But if you are one of the victors, begin with yourself. Work on your mindset and make sure you are getting it right. If you're not getting it right, you're getting it nearly right. You're not getting it nearly right, you're on the path to get it right. And then, if we all begin to work on ourselves, begin to work in the corner in which we find ourselves, and if the leaders in particular can help create the atmosphere, we will have a better Jamaica. Be wise and prosper today. Do the right thing as you cast your vote tomorrow. Hope you have experienced something rich, something new, something helpful from this short video. So, like, share, comment, and please subscribe so that we can help build Jamaica, land we love.